So at the end of this tutorial, you should be able to cut 14 different necklines. As a beginner, I want you to watch this, and please do not skip any part, because every part is actually important in the drafting of the neckline. Hey loves, you're welcome to my channel. If today is the first time you're coming across my channel, my name is Okogene and you're welcome to this channel. In this channel, we share sewing tutorials. Whether you're a beginner, an intermediate level, or you're at the advanced level, we share sewing tutorials for every level. So today's tutorial is how to cut different neckline. Previously, we have treated on how to draft your bodice as a beginner, and I'm going to put it at the description box. So for this neckline video, you will need to get this. I have this pattern paper and I've drafted it with the use of the basic body. So you will need it to get your neckline. So all you need to do is to draft your basic bodice pattern, and then you can draft your neckline. So let's start with the neckline cutting. So the first neckline that we have is the round neckline. It's a very common neckline, as you can see. Here I've added the picture there. It's a very common neckline we have. So for the round neckline, you will need a width of 3.5 if you want it that wide, or you need 3. So your neck width should be between 3 to 3.5. For me, I'll be using 3.5 for the neck. I'll be using 3.5 for the neck width. You go ahead to mark your 3.5. You mark your 3.5 here, and then the next thing is our depth. The depth is 4 inch, between 3, 4 and 5 inch. For this depth, I'll be marking 4 inch. So what you will do is you rule this, you rule it out, you rule this 4 inch out, and you will mark that same 3.5 to form a square. So this square is like a guideline for you. So you have formed this square, and you go ahead to, this is what I'm doing with this curve. You can see that's what I'm doing with this curve. So this is the round neckline. All you need to do is you go ahead to cut it out with your paper scissors, and when you open it, this is what you will have when you open it. So I'll go ahead to write. So this is it. I'll go ahead to write the round neckline. So the next neckline we'll be drafting out is the round U neckline. So the U neckline looks like the round neckline actually, but the thing is, it is deeper than the round neckline. So we'll go ahead to mark our width. So mark the width. The width for this is 3.5. You mark your width 3.5, and then you mark your neck depth. Your neck depth should be between 7 inches to 8 inches. So let's use 8 inches. You go ahead to square it as your guideline. This is me squaring it off. So I'll mark 3.5 again. So this is it, and then so go ahead to cut it. So you see it's deeper than the round neckline. As you can see, it's deeper. So we'll go ahead to write the U neckline, or is also known as the scoop neckline. So let me make this clear here. You might have a neckline that you're seeing as a beginner. So this is for beginners. You have a neckline that you will see, and it might be two like combination of two different neckline. So you might see U and V, you might see round and V, you might see V and a slant. That's what I'm saying. It can be combination of two neckline. Don't worry, just find a way to get a particular neckline. So if you say it's U, so you do U and you do V, or if it is round and a deep plunge, you get what I'm saying. You can just go ahead and know that there are some styles that they will make, some designer will make. It's a combination of two different necklines, so don't be confused. That's why I'm teaching you guys these different necklines, so that it's to be like a guideline for you. The next neckline we'll be treating is the boat neckline. So for the boat neckline width is actually smaller than the normal width that we have. So reverse is the case for the boat. The neckline is, the width is wider and the depth is shorter for the boat neckline. So depending on the width of the boat neckline you are treating, right? Some of them were left to just 2 inches. You could see from the design of the clothes, you are left to 2 inches. Some it is wider than it. So for this, we'll be doing the neck depth. We'll be using the neck width. Sorry, we'll be using neck width of 6 inches, and we'll be using the neck depth of 3 inches. So you go ahead to still, you're trying to square it as a guideline. You still mark the 6 inches and you draw your square. So to do it, you will do a dotted line. See what I'm doing, and then so let me go ahead to cut it out and show you what it looks like. You see what I'm saying? Let me show you. This is what it's going to look like. So we'll have it looking like this. You see that it is the width, the neckline depth is shorter and the width is smaller. So we'll go ahead to write the boat neckline. So for the next neckline, we'll be treating the V neckline. So for the V neckline, we'll be using a neck width of the same 3.5. For the neck depth, we'll be doing it 5 inches. You can do between 5-6 inches. Let me do 6 inches. Rule a straight line from here, this point, to meet this point. As a title, V neckline. So this is the V neckline we'll be working on, is the plunge, the deep V neckline. So it's also called the plunge neckline. So you also go ahead to do our width. Our width for this is 3.5, and then our depth, you can, because it's a deep V, right? So like the illustration, deep V, so you're not going to make it shorter. We're going to use 10 inches for the deep V neckline. So it's also called plunge neckline. So you go ahead to still connect like so from here to here. So you see, this is actually deeper than the first neckline. The next neckline we'll be treating is the square shape neckline. So for the square shape neckline, we would use our depth for our neck width of 3.5 inches, and we'll go ahead to do the depth. The depth for this is 7 inches. So you are trying to square it back again. So you can actually navigate your neck depth. So if you don't want it that down, you can also make it your neck depth, because as I'm doing 7, if you don't want it to be 7, you can also make it maybe 4 or 5, so it's not that down. So you go ahead to cut. So this is what it looks like. So the next neckline we'll be treating is the sweetheart neckline. So for the sweetheart neckline, we'll be making use of the width of 3.5, the mark, and we'll be making use of the depth of 8 inches. So I've gone ahead to square it. The next thing we'll be doing to create the sweetheart is we'll go up by 3 inches and we'll mark here. So after going up by 3 inches, you roll this line back. So now we have 2 lines. So you get this ruler for the curve, and from this point here, you curve it. From this point here, you curve it to meet this point, and that's all you need to do. You go ahead to cut from here. You go ahead to cut from here to here and out. So you open it, and this is what it looks like. It actually looks like the Queen Anne neckline, but there's just a little bit different from this to the Queen Anne neckline. So for the Queen Anne neckline, you would make your neck width smaller. So instead of doing the 3.5 for the regular 3, you can go between 2 to 2.5 inches to avoid gaping. So we'll do 2.5 inch, we'll mark here, and then we'll go down by 8 inches. So on these 8 inches, we would rule it out. You see, I've ruled it out. We'll go out here by 3.5, and then you mark. You go up from this point, you go up by 3 inch, and you mark. You see, I'm just marking. From your armhole, you will come in by 2.5 inch, and you mark at that 3 inch side. So let's go ahead at this 3 inch. We roll it out. So we have this point, meeting this point, meeting this point. I hope you understand. So from here to here, here to here, we'll form the sweetheart from this point to meet this point. I'll connect from here to here to be straight. So this is the Queen Anne neckline. Let me write. shoulder asymmetric neckline. All you need to do for the one shoulder is you have to open this point out. So when you open this point out, you could see that this is the midpoint. So from here to here, you will get your neckline, which is 3.5. And to this, from this point, you will take your 3.5 inch. And for that 3.5 inch, you will mark. You come down here and you will take 4 inches. So you can either, let me show you. So you can either connect it like so, like you see that this one is curved. You can either make it curved or you can also make it straight. This is what I'm trying to do. So you can either make it a curve or you can make it straight. So this is straight from here to here, and this is curve. Line or one shoulder. The next neckline we'll be treating is the outer neckline. So for the outer neckline, depending on how you want your width to be, for here I'll be doing 2.5 inch for the width, and for the depth I will be going down by 5 inch. I will go in also by 5 inch from the neck depth. And then I will square it up. Next thing I will do is I will come down by 2.5 inch from the edge. I'll come down by 2.5 inch and mark it here. Then I'll form a curve. I'll form a curve from here to here. So we're to connect here to your neckline, to your armhole, sorry, from here to your armhole. So you just go depending on how wide you want this point to be. So depending on how wide you want this point to be, and depending on if you want your boobs to show at the side, so you can just from here connect it here. So all I will need to do is from this point, I want to blend it. I'm trying to blend it from here. So I've blended it down to meet this point. So this is it, like the neckline, outer neck. So go ahead to write outer neck line. So for the second asymmetric neckline, all you need to do is to open this point. Now when you open this point, from this point, this midpoint, you will go this way by 3 inch and you will mark here. This is 3 inch. From this point, from the armhole edge, you will come in by 2 inch and you will mark here. And then you will come down by 6, 7, 8 inches and then you will mark. You rule a straight line connecting here to here. And then you want to connect this point to meet this point with also a straight line. If the neckline you're treating is a bit curvy, all you need to do is to curve it a bit. You see what I'm doing here? You just curve it a bit to meet this point. So we'll go ahead now to cut this part out. The next neckline we'll be treating will be the illusion neckline. So for the illusion neckline, we have the yoke and the sweetheart. We have the yoke and the sweetheart. So we'll go ahead. You can decide to make your neckline, right? And you can decide not to make your neckline, depending on what you want your neckline to be. But all you need to do is you come down here, you come down here by 8 inch and you mark. And you go up here by 6 inch. So you connect here to here, and then you can also just create a neckline for your yoke. But this is it. This is the illusion neckline. You just connect from here to here, and then you can cut it out. I will be treating is the off shoulder sweetheart neckline. So you come down by 6 inch for the off shoulder because you don't want it revealing, right? You come down by 6 inch, and at this point you will do 4.5 inch. So at this point you do 4.5 inch, and you connect like so. You go ahead get deeper, you go ahead to cut the part out. And here what we have here is the off shoulder neckline. So the next neckline we'll be treating is the keyhole neckline. So for the keyhole neckline, we'll take our neck depth for our neck depth is 3.5 inch. So you mark your 3.5 inch for the neck, the neck width, sorry. The neck width is 3.5 inch, and you mark it, and then you go down by 8 inches. That 8 inches, you will go in either 4.5 or 5 inch. You go in by 4.5 inch. You come down by 3.5 inch. So our regular neckline of round shape. So you see what I was saying, that you can actually make two neck you can make a neckline consisting of two different neckline. So you will do your normal round. This is your normal round shape neckline. So you go up, you can go up or you can come down depending. So we'll come down by 2 inches. We'll come down by 2 inches from this point. Let me draw the straight line so I just know. From this point, you connect to this point. See, I've curved it. I need it to be curving. So we'll go ahead. Here's my scissors. So we'll go ahead and cut out and show you what it looks like. You can actually make, so this is it. You can actually make your keyhole to be a you can actually make your keyhole to be like an yoke. So this is what is going to come out like, right? You can actually make it a yoke by cutting it out. So here will be different and here will be different. So let's do that now. So instead of making it, we did this as a straight. Instead of making it straight, I want to make it a bit curvy, like a sweetheart neckline. So I'll come down from this point here. I'll come down a bit to make it as a sweetheart neckline. I want to make it like a yoke. So now I'll come here So I'll have here as, you know, as the strapless part, and then we have here as the yoke side. Let me show you. Let me go back so that you can see it. So we have here as the yoke part, and we have here as the strapless part. So if you don't want to do that, you want to separate yours, you can do it. I'll go ahead to tag it. So we have come to the end of this tutorial, and as you can see, we have gone ahead to cut this beautiful neckline. I want you to try yours too, and you can always tag me your video on Instagram. My Instagram link is in my bio, and you can always tag me then. Let's see. And then if you also want us to treat a topic that we haven't treated, you want us to treat a topic, just send me a message either to my email or to my Instagram page. Bye. See you in the next tutorial.